Hello, gamers, and welcome back to the Warframe Iron Man. Last time, we did Whispers in the Wall and the Lotus Eaters. And this time, gamers, let's hop into some of the new content that we've unlocked. Because there's quite a lot to talk about. The amount of goodies we're about to get that are going to be meta-defining going forward is really high. There's a lot. So let's just go ahead and jump into it, gamers. Now, we're back to the normal schedule, so you know what time it is. It's time to spin the wheel! Except I can't do it live. I did it, so here's how that went. Alrighty, it's everyone's favorite time, random Warframe time. Who are we gonna get? I'm gonna shuffle these a couple more times. And let's go. Let's go. Give me one with a good helmet ability. Oh, sweet Jesus. Wow. It's okay. Let's go to the simulacrum and we'll talk about Equinox. Alrighty, we are in the simulacrum today to show off what Equinox can do. Before we get into it, here is the showcase build, if it would let me see it. Rolling Guard and Primed Flow. We're getting an addition to the showcase build, but I'll get into that once we see our main build, because this is kind of ahead of schedule, out of order, out of whack. Anyway, Equinox. Let's start with Equinox's passive. They have an unranked equilibrium. It's not nothing, but unfortunately 10% of each orb is quite weak, but hey, we take those. Our first ability is going to be Metamorphosis. This just allows us to swap between Equinox's two forms. Equinox is a stance changer. We started in daytime, which you can tell because I have a bright emissive color. Similar to Chroma, whatever emissive color you have on dictates what form you're in first. So I had to swap this over to bright green instead of being my usual default Dan self. Anyway, we cast this ability. It's going to swap us over, and we're going to get temporary stats. Because we swap to night, we're getting extra armor and shields. But if we were to swap over to day, we'd get extra damage. Our second ability is going to be Rest and Rage. Rage is going to increase the damage that enemies take. We shoot them, we can see we got some big damage numbers, but if we shoot that guy, even less. Kind of hard to tell. But if we swap over to night form and we use Rest, it puts them to sleep. This can be pretty helpful if we're hunting animals, but the main reason is just a little bit of crowd control. Now, they will be slept for the entire duration down there, but if we were to damage them, they will wake up if they take 50% of their total health. Alright, well, never mind that one got staggered. It's not how that's supposed to work. Oh. Trust, bro. Up next, we have Pacify and Provoke. Now, while we're in day form, this is going to increase our squad's ability strength. So, if we cast this damage vulnerability, it's going to be even more now. But, if we swap to night form, this is going to reduce the damage that enemies do. It's not damage reduction as in it reduces the damage we take. It rather reduces the damage that enemies do. And it is based on range. The further away we are from the enemies, the more they're going to do. Of course, these are Steel Path enemies, so they're just going to cook us regardless. But, damage reduction. Yeah! And finally, we have Equinox's 4. We're going to start a day form. This is the more important one. We pop this, enemies are going to take splash damage. That's pretty nice. And it's going to continually tick them down. It looks like it doesn't reapply. But this is a channel ability, and if we were to do a lot of damage, get a lot of kills, which, perfect weapon to test this, you can see that our bar at the top is filling up. Or rather, our damage cap. And this is just going to store a bunch of damage that we can cast out again. And it's going to distribute that damage to all the enemies trapped inside. If we swap over to night form though, and we cast this is just going to provide us with shields on kill, every enemy we kill. And if we build up the number at the top, and we recast it, it's going to fully regenerate our shields and health. So you want to use that in day form. Now, when you're building up Mender Maim, if you were to swap between forms, you'll actually lose all of your charge. If only there was a way to solve this. Here's the build. Energy Transfer. This is one of Equinox's probably most important augments ever that should be base kit. It just conserves your charge when you swap forms for Mend and Maim. Very necessary. Anyway, here's the build. I didn't have a lot to work with. Equinox is a double polarity upgraded prime character, so I will have to sync 2 more Forma in, additional I think it's a D and a dash, if I remember correctly off the top of my head, but I don't fucking know. We'll get that later. We're on Rolling Guard for survivability, and a new mod, Precision Intensify, giving us 90% ability strength for our 4th ability. I wonder if we get this week. Anyway, the reason we're really just going for that instead of, like, distributing our strength, and we're putting it all in our 4, is because I think Equinox's 4 is, like, the bread and butter of their kit. The other abilities are nice, but unfortunately, I think their numbers are kind of too weak to justify using up my precious capacity. So we're going all in on the 4. I think this character wants to do that anyway, so it is what it is. Then we're on Stretch for a little bit of range, so that when we do our AoE nuke, it hits as many things as possible. Prime Flow for energy reserves, Energized for energy economy, and Molt Augmented for even more strength. I have high hopes for this character in the Cavia Exterminate we're about to do. But, well, gamers, this has been enough talking about Equinox. Let's hop into some of the new content that we got, shall we? First things first, we have 3 messages in our inbox. We're gonna completely ignore this Drusus one, because, it's a separate video. Fibonacci gave us the melee upgrade segment, as well as Tenokai, and a melee arcane adapter. What a goat. And then Lloyd gave us the Corvex blueprint. God damn! What a Warframe. That's my goat right there. Anyway, that's enough of that. We can come down here and talk to Lloyd. This is where we can trade in our Voca for standing. We're not going to be doing that for quite a while, because we're just going to be doing bounties. We can trade for Vocas, like we're upgrading our Void Plume Pinninins. We can come in here to Arcane Disillusion. There's 2 things we can do. Firstly, we can dissolve any duplicate arcanes that we may have collected. We have quite a few. And what we do with that is it turns into Vosper, which we've been collecting since we started this account, pretty much. And we can turn that Vosper and a little bit of credits into arcanes that we need. Now, according to my Warframe Iron Man rules, I do need to complete the entire collection of these Vosper caches, or arcane caches, whatever. But you know one that we can roll, because we've already completed it? The Eidolon Arcane Collection. Let's come in here. We'll open one. I'm not trying to burn all my credits right now. I am broke. And let's just see what we get. You know what? That's not too bad. I don't remember if we maxed out Strike, but Tempo is pretty good as well. So, you know, not too shabby. Nullify. I mean, all of these are actually pretty good, but Nullifier's maxed, so it's not that important that we got that. Anyway, that was sick. That's what Lloyd does. The Research Dante. I don't know what that's about. Moving on to, let's go over to Bird. Now, Bird, he's the hookup. We can go in here into Browse Wares. I'm already rank 1 with the Cavia. I lost out on that footage, I'm so sorry, but this is just kind of the Cavia vendor right here. This is where we buy all of our stuff. We've got, you know, some sigils, some Captura scenes, Eidolon lenses for all of the focus schools, new melee arcane adapters. We can get an upgrade to our helmet that'll allow us to fuse shards into Tau Forge and fusion shards. Ooh. And we got our melee arcanes. Now, you know, you may have heard me talk about this one quite a bit, but melee influences here. We want to max this out like ASAP. We're not going to be doing that from buying it from him, but, you know, this shit is OP. Meta as hell. We're getting it. We also want exposure. This is going to give us corrosive damage on melee strikes when we cast abilities, up to 240%. Very good for our Glaive Prime. I know you weren't expecting that. It's not an influence user, so we're gonna, I'm gonna use our melee exposure on it. It's also gonna be good for Profit Taker. All of these are kind of neat. Then we got our Necromech mods. Those are pretty sick. And then finally, we've got Corvex. I love Corvex to death. I can't wait to get him, but we're gonna get him from the bounties, which we'll show off in a second. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But also, another thing that Bird 3 sells is an Archon Shard when we hit rank 5 with the Cavia. This just adds on. We can guaranteed get 2 a week. Huge. Moving on with our tour, let's come over to Fibonacci. We'll talk to him. This is where we rank up the Cavia, but it's also where we can do bounties. This is where we get the Mandanel blueprint, as well as all of Corvex's pieces. And finally, we have Tagfer. We have access to Netracells now. Yes! Netracells are awesome. We did one, debuffs us, and then we get some of these rewards, an Archon Shard or a Platinum Melee Arcane. Oh, fuck. We only want Archon Shards from here, really. These 2 Platinum Arcanes, we get 1 copy of each, and then, we can just roll Voss for caches if we really wanted to max these out. Of which I don't really care to max out either of these Platinum Arcanes. They're not too great, in my opinion. But we are going to be doing one of these in a minute. Yeah, Equinox Challenge. Alright, we are here in our mission, and it's time to get going, gamers. We're actually going to swap over to Night Form. Whoopsie daisy. And now here's the hard part. We got to get energized to proc once, so... Ooh! I can pop my 4. And this is it. This is what we're going to be doing on Equinox. We're going to have our 4 active for as long as we can. And I don't think that it'll ever drop unless we actually suck at getting energy. Anyway, caveat missions. These are just bounties. I hope you weren't expecting too much different. Warframe went through a little bit of a phase here where, mainline content was doing bounties. It's okay. I quite enjoy them a little bit. We're in Steel Path, of course, because your boy ain't a baby anymore. And, it just isn't that bad. Our bounty objective is to complete it in 6 minutes. I think we'll be a-okay. And, we've built up enough energy. Swap over to MAME, and boom! Wow. That was nice. If I had to give my honest thoughts on Equinox, I think she's outdated, and it just happens, power creep and such, this character is old. However, I think with minor tweaks and an update to some numbers, I don't actually hate them. Yeah, I don't think they infuriate me. And maybe it's because I can kind of see the vision. I'm a little bit of a visionary, I guess. But I will say that the numbers, like stats-wise, this character is fucking pitiful. But maybe I was wrong. I say this all, but there's still one of the weakest characters in the game. The enemy damage reduction is quite low. The shields on kill is worse than there's one ability that I could compare it to that gives you more shields on kill, which is sad. Nuking is fun, I guess, but it's not really a special thing these days. And I have to run this augment that I think should be base kit. I mean, maybe even Equilibrium could be a bit stronger in her passive. That's just my 2 cents. Otherwise, another Voka, that's nice. Boom, pop the MAME, go silly. Modded like a chud, and we're winning in Steel Path, gamers. At level 200 enemies. But I'm gonna be real, that's mostly the Torrid doing the heavy lifting. Anyway, our bounty is almost done. After this, you know what time it is, gamers. It's epic montage o'clock of all of our goodies and rewards. But one last time before we go. I didn't build up charge, never mind. Hooray! Nice little Unaru lens for our troubles. Melee exposure. It's one of our 2 melee arcane targets. Alrighty, it took a bit of time, but here we go. We got precision intensify. Ability strength over my 4th ability. Hey, it only took 4 hours. I'm not joking. Melee influence, baby! Oh, what a beautiful arcane to finally have. Another influence that's awesome, but Corvex chassis. That's one piece to the GOAT. Corvex systems, baby! We just need the helmet and we're done with Corvex. Hey, Corvex helmet, we've crafted them. Awesome. Hey, we got Shivering Contagion, baby! On cold status effect, 17% chance to spread that status to other enemies within 6 meters. Of course, that goes up, but could be pretty solid. We also got the Mandanel we also got the Mandanel barrel, so yeah, pretty good run. Hey, the Mandanel blueprint. This is good because this is the rare drop from these bounties. So we're done with bounties. We only do them for standing. Those were the noteworthy drops from bounties, but we still have plenty of those to do. I mean, we're gonna get to rank 5 in this episode. Spoiler alert, we do that, but we gotta do something else, gamers. We gotta do our Netracels. Netracel time. Ooh, actually, wait, whoa. Hold up. I just remembered. We're gonna do something big on the Mesa build. We're gonna come in here, and instead of Equilibrium, I love Equilibrium, but get that shit out of there. We don't need it no more. What we need instead is to come down here. Energy Nexus, baby! I'm sure you guys can only imagine why this is awesome, right? 3 energy a second, that's just nice. That's, we are going to be in a channeled ability, so it might be a bit stinky. But that's where the Nourish comes in, multiplying its energy by 2. giving us 6 per second. So, you know, oh no, we run out of energy. We shoot things with our gun for a little bit and get all of that back. All right, peep this. 3 energy a second, already goated. But we have Zeneric on, which I should have swapped to, like, Madarai or Vazarin, really. Anyway, let's look at all of these modifiers. Void Bursts, we already dealt that one. Anyway, hold on, sorry, I forgot. Nourish. Look at it go. Electricity every second. That's crazy. Alright. 2 energy a second lost. That sucks, but, you know, it is what it is. And slash damage every time we take damage. That's also shit, but it is what it is. And now, after we hack this, that took forever. I might actually craft ciphers, it's that bad. We get to gunsling! We don't get any energy while we are gunslinging, but the moment it runs out, that's not bad. That is not bad energy regen at all. It could be a lot better. We actually might invest in Blind Rage at some point. I think it might just be better, but I'm too much of a coward right now. Anyway, Gruzzling down. Drop the Voca, that's not too bad. We're gonna skip over... we're gonna skip over these thingy-mabobbers, the objectives. We're gonna go to this last one, because... No, I kinda can triangulate these. So we come all the way over yonder. Oh, this is the big door. Alright, through here, yes. They didn't get a single door. I didn't need it. Anyway, Netracell. I mean, we've already done one in the mission, but this is like the actual experience. Where we have 4 negative modifiers instead of just 1. And also, we have to get a lot more kills than... What was that, like fucking 2 to open the door? This is nothing. We're on Mesa. We're in absolutely, like, no worry state. We're just gonna win. I get to kick my feet back and giggle and laugh. And I know everything is gonna be a-okay. So, I guess I'll just jump around to when we get to our, like, little kill levels. There he is. He's flashing blue. Perfect. And we just get kills in this circle. Easy peasy. Of course, it would be a lot easier if we had access to the Netracell Cracker 6000, but, you know, that's, what, next major update? If we go in order. For now, we just get to enjoy our time shooting all these enemies. Ooh, the next Necromite. Just a room away? Is it in here? Oh. Oh, I see. That was in, like, the same spot as the other one. What? Enemy intensity increasing! Realistically, I wish the enemy intensity was at the maximum. Just starting off, because it would make doing these a lot faster. You know, more enemies to kill, the faster we can get this done. It just would be gas, but technically, despite this being a challenge mode, this is normal path, so we can't have nice things. That is another Bane mod. I think we're missing, like, the secondary one, and then we're completely good on all of those, which is awesome. And we're just about done. Sweet! Anyway, now that we're done with the Netracell, we can come over here, open the door, come on over, and there's our reward. A casket that we're gonna break. We're gonna get an Entrati Lanthorn and an unidentified item. And hopefully that unidentified item is something good, yeah? What do we get? Hiya! A yellow shard! The other 2 that I did, I've gotten 2 blues and a melee arcane adapter, so we got 1 more Netracell to do. Let's see what we get. A platinum arcane melee duplicate. This is gonna have a chance to duplicate our base crit hits. But hey, we got it!
Meanwhile...
Alright, about a week and a half later, we're finally here. Rank 5 time, baby. Yep, we're gonna take one of these scenes. Alrighty, our last pickup for the Kavia. Now that we're rank 5, the grind is over. We gotta get this Helminth Coalescent segment blueprint. That was hard to say. Alright, let's just purchase this. Boom. Let's go start crafting it. Alrighty, we've got this crafting up. And we've got Corvex, a few arcanes from the Sanctum Anatomica, and gamers, the future is looking bright. Next week, we're going to start getting ready for EDA. We have to get a certain weapon that's going to help out in case our weapons are dog shit, aka the Kuva Grattler. And maybe there'll be some fun along the way. But until then, gamers, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you like this one, leave a like. If you disliked it, you can do that too. I uploaded the Warframe Iron Man every Tuesday at 1 p.m. PST, and if you found this one and aren't caught up to the series, I have an entire playlist linked down below for you. Consider checking that out. But until then, gamers, again, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Y'all are green.